some of you may know what I'm talking about, some may not. If you don't know, I would expect you to find the video and watch it. Kudos to the judge for what he's trying to do. However, even his argument's a bad argument, because all he's doing is opening up California to ban all this other shit. Try to ban all this other shit anyway. So it's the magazine case. Van Dyke's the judge that made a YouTube video explaining why the California's argument is stupid. He goes into things like red dots, takedown levers. Since this sites are necessary, does that mean we can ban red dot sites? Since technically a red dot site is not necessary, or a gas pedal on a SIG, can we ban the gas pedal since it's not necessarily necessary for function of the firearm versus a normal takedown pin? I don't understand why the argument's just not this. To what end? If you can limit a magazine to 10 rounds, why can't you why not 9? Why not 8? In fact, the gun would still operate with no magazine in it at all. I don't know if that SIG will or not. Glock will. It's just because Glocks work all the time, if you didn't know. I know, Glock fanboy, I know, whatever. Fuck it. Glocks work all the time. Not, you don't see no horror stories about, they blow up their guns, they blow up other things. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But if you want to get technical about it, a magazine is not necessary for the function of guns, and for the gun, or it is not, the manufacturer can produce it in a way where it's not necessary for the function of a gun. So why is that not the argument of the court, or the thinking of the court, rather? Because all that I think this judge has done is open the door up for California to say, oh, now red dots are dangerous. Now the gas pedals on SIGs are dangerous. Now more ergonomic grips are dangerous. Or whatever the case may be. And this is the problem with government, is that government doesn't understand its position or what it's there to do. The Supreme Court, it's pretty simple. The right of people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It doesn't dictate what the arm is, because it's up for the people to decide what the arm is. Somebody's going to go with the affray argument. And affray's not a gun. An affray's something like a horse, or I would go to say like a Molotov cocktail. If you're walking into a bar, got a Molotov cocktail lit, that's an affray. It's not dangerous and unusual. Doesn't the whole Scalia bullshit is just that bullshit. I don't understand why the court don't see it. Listen, if they can limit it to 10, they can limit it to 9. If they can limit it to 9, they can limit it to 1. If they can limit it to 1, they can limit it to non-existing, because the magazine itself is not necessary for the operation of the firearm. Now, yes, it's necessary for the semi-automatic function, but that's not what we're talking about here. You're talking about the function of the firearm, because these minute details matter. And it's, until the people stand up and say, you know what, we're just not doing it. You know what would get suppressors taken off the NFA? Big argument about that going on now. If there was a big group of people that, let's say, had suppressors, tax stamped or not, doesn't matter. If they just had a protest and showed up with all their fucking items, tax stamped or not, making it known that a variety of them do not have tax stamps, and say, this is what the people want. Your thugs can have them. All of them got them. All of them. Cool high-speed thuggery. They don't want to use them on you. They don't, but, it's just, listen, people. If it's exempt for the police, it is good enough for you. And if it is exempt for one, it is exempt for all, thanks to the Equal Protection Clause. Really, thanks to just reality, but it always goes back to the people had the last say. But in order for them to have the last say, they have to have these things called nuts. And most of people's nuts are either in their boyfriend's satchel or their wife's purse. And they won't get them out. Why? Because everybody's in fear of losing whatever it is. Then fuck freedom and forget about all the people that can benefit from that. Which, A lot of people don't deserve it. I get it. Trust me, I get it more than anybody. At the same time, though, you know, at some point you got to stand up for something. But anyway, that's why I think the judge making the video was. I think that's a good thing that these judges. I don't like about the comments were turned off. But there needs to be more of that. There needs to be more interaction between these, you know. Because do I think that all the judges are in on it? No, I honestly don't. I think most of them are too stupid to be in on it. But I do think that this video is going to do far more harm than good. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this dude gets kicked off the bench over it. Because now there are some saying he's acting as an expert witness. When no, he's I think what he just said was just some facts on it, but you should just stay to the argument. I mean, if California can limit magazines to 10, why can't it? I mean, who picked that fucking arbitrary number? Why 10? Watch it. Look at all those people at that mansion in Minnesota. Minnesota. When the medics were standing out there with the AR-15 and the handgun, they want to, you know. What if those people would have decided to converge on that mansion? And the thing is this, is like for people that, it's a weird thing because it doesn't matter for people that are dangerous enough. I don't like using that word. I don't want to say dangerous enough. You know, if you practice, you can become pretty much fast enough at anything. But at the same time, I don't think 10 rounds is enough for self-defense. Matter of fact, if you were to come into a place where I was at, I mean, I think 30 rounds gives you the option to stop. You know what I'm saying? I mean, with 10, I just feel like anybody that deserves one bullet, they're going to get 10 if they got a chance to get 10. Just saying. If you deserve one, you probably deserve 10. But my opinion on why it's a bad argument. They can make it 9, 8, 10. They can make it 9 because it won't stop. It won't stop. And then they'll be going after revolvers. Let's ban all revolvers that carry more than 6 rounds. Yes, there are revolvers that carry more than 6 rounds. Let's ban all revolvers that carry more than 5 rounds. And pretty soon you'll just have a cylinder with a single hole in it before it's over with. And they won't be banning the semi-automatic mechanism of the revolver or the semi-automatic. They're only allowing you, because you know your government is your daddy, to have what's necessary for the firearm to function, which is 1 bullet. On real firearms, I mean, I know there's those pussy guns out there where it's got to have a magazine in it, you know, like M&P, got a magazine in it. I think it's M&P. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of. I'm only a fan of a few guns. I mean, I'm the kind of guy, like, you know, when I go to a restaurant and if I eat steak, the steak's good. I want to eat steak the rest of the time I go there. I'm not going to risk my $30 with a fat piece of chicken or a pork chop or some shit that I may not like. You know what I mean? I just go with what works. So if it works the first time I use it, I may graduate to, you know, somewhere down the road. I may say, hey, you know what? I can see the logic in these red dot things. May try one out. Years later, I may graduate to the pistol red dot. I may find the logic in it one day and say, you know what? Oh, guess what? Losing felonies as we speak. Yes, I just had one of my alleged crimes. Alleged crimes. Alleged is not for real. I didn't bring the window to the fight. The arrests were sealed from the record and from the public, which means what? Which means you can't find out about it without me telling you about it, or unless you already know about it. It means that I had all my arrests sealed in that county because they were just arrests. There was no convictions, and got a couple of more court dates coming up here. I don't know, a couple days maybe. What is today? I don't know. And it's not a joke, but it is a joke. Like if This is a different. I should do a different video about this. Doesn't matter. We'll talk about it some other time.